Welcome, everyone. I'd like to go ahead and call the regular meeting of Tuesday, July 16th of the Stillwater Planning Commission to order. Looks like land use items for discussion and possible action. Ben Douglas, a specific use permit. It's PZ.13.1762, requesting review and approval for specific use permit to allow for one single-family residential structure on property addressed at 724 West 10th Avenue in the RTM, which is Residential Two-Family and Multifamily District. Mr. Coots?
Tom Coots, Planning Assistant. I have a map of the property. The property is highlighted in red on the property. On there, the property is surrounded by, to the north and east, by the RTM district, Residential Two-Family and Multifamily. To the south by the RSS, Residential Small Lot Single Family, and to the west by public zoning. It's surrounded by just a kind of a mixture of single family, two family, and multifamily uses. The property previously had a single family house on it. It had been demolished. A house from another development project in the city has been placed on the property with a permit for a duplex, and they're asking to basically not convert it to a duplex with this specific use permit. Findings for this case include a single family use is allowed in the RTM district with a specific use permit. The surrounding neighborhood is made up of a mixture of single family, two family, and multifamily uses. And that was actually it. Do you have any questions for me?
Any questions?
I have one quick question for Tom. If they, under this specific use permit and it's a single family, at some later date, can they go and convert that to a duplex, or would they have to remove the specific use?
Yeah, there wouldn't be any problem with that. You just they get another remodel permit. And
Any other questions for staff? Thank you, Tom.
Sure.
Okay, we'll go ahead and open up the public hearing. Is there anyone here who would like to speak in favor of this specific use request? Yes, sir. Please come up and state your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Ben Douglas. I live at 2724 North Crescent. Been here a while. I was born here. Anyway, I do have some pictures if anybody was interested in looking at them. The house that we moved in was built, I'd say probably circa about the same period of time that the rest of the houses in that area, and the architecture is very similar. So we feel like it fits in there pretty good. It's a fairly good sized house. It's, I think it's about 1,800 square feet. And so we're going to have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house that we hope to rent. And but we feel like it was an addition to the neighborhood rather than be detractive. And if anybody's interested in some pictures, well, I do have some pictures. As far as I could tell, on any of the blocks that came, this block goes from Ramsey to Hester and from 9th to 10th. And there's one duplex that's being converted on the east end of that block. There is currently a like quad, a couple of houses away that in that same block. Then there's a duplex that was just got completed on 9th Street, on the north side of 9th Street. Other than that, any of the streets that touch that area are not duplexes as far as I know of. And so this house, it is mainly a single-family residence area. Does anybody? I do have pictures if you want to see.
Yeah, if you don't mind handing them up, we'll
Sure.
pass them down. All right, thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, sir, please.
Ben, where's that setback? Is that fence the property line on the north?
Yes, it is.
That chain link?
I
noticed where it's at right now. That was pretty close
Yeah.
to that. What is the formal?
I think it's 7.5 feet on the north side. Is that right, Jim? And
Your report says back 5 feet.
okay.
So it is. It's set right now is like 3.5. I thought.
Yeah, the house is like 40 by 45, but we are where they put the foundation down, where we're getting ready to set it. It is within
I assume
proper
that
limits.
there was more to it, and then these guys was telling me later that it's not even together.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, they had to cut it in half to move it.
It looks like the plot plan shows 9 feet off the east and 9 feet off the north.
Okay.
Have any other questions, Joe? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Douglas.
Yes, sir.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor of this specific use permit? Okay, seeing none, is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition? Anyone in opposition? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Ask for staff's alternatives, please.
Okay. We can accept the staff findings and recommend that the City Council approve the proposed specific use permit as presented. We find that additional information and/or discussion is needed prior to making a recommendation, and either continue the consideration to a certain date or table the consideration until the additional information is available. Or we can find that the specific use permit is not an appropriate use for the property based upon the impacts to the surrounding vicinity, and recommend that the City Council deny the specific use permit. Do you have any other questions for me?
Thank you, Tom. Discussion? Any
Motion.
thoughts? Chair would entertain a motion, for sure.
I would move that we accept staff findings and recommend the city council approve the proposed specific use permit as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second. We will place our votes here
Can we
in a
take
moment.
a verbal roll call?
Sure.
That-
Okay, it's not a problem. If you'd like to call the roll, please.
Okay, Mr. Lane,
Yes.
Mr. McCune,
Yes.
Mr. Boothert is absent. Mr. Merrifield,
Yes.
Mr. Barth,
Yes.
Mr. Marlar.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda is approval of the meeting summary and discussion and possible action. Approval of the regular meeting summary of June 18th, 2013. I'm assuming everybody had a chance to review the minutes. Are there any corrections, deletions, or additions?
I would move that we approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion a second to approve the regular meeting summary of June 18th, 2013. Please call the roll.
Mr. Lane,
Yes.
Mr. McCune,
Yes.
Mr. Merrifield,
Yes.
Mr. Barth,
I'm going to abstain. I wasn't here.
abstain, okay. Mr. Marlar.
Yes.
Minutes approved.
Okay, minutes are approved. Next item is miscellaneous items for staff for discussion and possible action, which the only thing we have there is next planning commission meeting will be August 6, 2013. Same place, same time. And with that, Chair would entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Motion a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Mr. Lane,
Yes.
McCune,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Barth,
Yes.
Marlar.
Yes.
Okay.
We are,
Stand adjourned.
we stand adjourned. Get to use a little clicker.